Hopefully it started everything. Good morning, Turtle Club. I'm hoping you all can see and hear the screen and everything. It is I, Mag Synchro with Convertible Turtle Gaming, and we're getting back to our roots a bit here. We're going to be streaming on the couch, and this may not be working the way we were hoping it would. There it goes. We are live. Okay. And long time ago, way back, we used to stream right off the couch in our living room. All sorts of good stuff and fun stuff. It required really low setup. Hey Charles, how's it going? How's it going, man? And so we're getting back to those roots. So far so good. So far so good, Charles. We got really close to the same setup we used to have forever ago, back when we were doing Breakfast of the Wild. And we really wanted to get to where we were able to stream in the mornings when we got home from work on work days like we used to. Yep, streaming on. Actually, it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like the good old days used to be. But we've had to make a couple of concessions to be able to do that. One, it's going to be a set solid hour, 8:30 to 9:30 Eastern, and it's dependent upon traffic, of course. Let's see here, but we're going to be yeah, oh yeah, exactly, exactly my thoughts too. And it's no green screen because for me to just pop in and get the streaming requires me to not be able to get all that, gotten set up and going. And because it's going to be somewhat irregular, we're going to be playing a different game than what we're streaming on Fridays and Saturdays. So it's still going to be the Quesadilla with Lime Guys. This is Yonder, though, and this is a game that I picked up for Digrat a few weeks ago. And because she was so super stoked about Animal Crossing, I started looking for games that were very similar to Animal Crossing. And this game, the best way I've been able to explain it to some people, what even is that? I don't know what that is. But it's basically kind of. Oh, wait. Do I actually have to hit the button? Oh, I have to hit the button. That's why I don't know what's going on. Alright. But it's basically Breath of the Wild without the combat. It's kind of weird when you when you hear it said like that. But hey, Keo, good morning to you. But I've sat and watched Digrat put in probably 20 to 30 hours in this game, and I've been itching to play it and itching to play it. And I played a little bit to kind of try and test some of the stuff. I've got an older computer. It's an i3 with a decent amount of memory in it. It's 8 gig of RAM, I think, and a real low-end graphics card. But for streaming just Switch stuff, it should be fine. Hey, Drew, how's it going? We sent you away. It was only when. Yeah, the story in this game is pretty tame. Yeah, this is a rated E game, so and it's puzzle solvy, fluffy kind of stuff, but it's real fun. Makes you think and stop for stuff. Hey, Lucario Hunter, how's it going, man? New month. Starting in the month of October, we're going to be streaming as close to 7 days a week as we can. Like way back in the old days. Oh, you're funny, Keo. But for those that don't know this game, and I was in that crowd of people that had no clue what this was, this has been out since 2017. This is called Yonder, and it's on Nintendo Switch and PC and PS4 and Xbox too, from what I've been told. All right. That was really weird. All Alright, so 2 people there. Nothing we can do with the door. So this is kind of a get to know the controls kind of situation, I guess. Pretty standard layout. Got a jump button, an interact button. Alright. So... Are we ready to finally see the island? Well, normally we would do some exploring, but like I said, I did test this to get an idea if this computer that I have is going to be able to handle the streaming capabilities and whatnot. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that there's not a single thing in this little boat other than talking to these 3 people to, I guess, kind of learn their names and something. Yeah, so basically you've got this magic compass that always points where your quests are. And apparently it's a mysterious magical island that no one's been able to find because they don't have the magical compass for it. That's neat. I thought it was like talk to everybody once. Ooh. And then we get to like complete left turn with the game. Lightning strikes the boat, and now you got this mysterious alien-looking kind of creature. May I see your compass? Open your compass by hitting the up arrow. You can see where it just points just nowhere. Giant heads kind of sitting around looking at you going, hey. So when we first started playing this game, when Digrat first started playing it, she was a little disappointed because here we are in this little first area, right? And it's very tutorial heavy. But she was trying to explore. You know how Digrat is. She goes where she shouldn't go. And she was very kind of upset with the fact that she couldn't just walk off the edge. You know, you can jump and it kind of looks like you might be able to. But after a few seconds of playing with the Joy-Cons, because she was playing portable mode, she was okay with that because she was like, well, these are not the most precise thing. She since has switched over to the wireless Pro controller that we have. So it's kind of survival crafty, you know how in like Zelda you would pick stuff up and be able to cook with and use them for weapons. Well, in this game there's no weapons, but you can pick stuff up and loot things and kind of go places. The FFA games have been mostly finalized, Kyo. This particular Friday, to kind of get the ball rolling, we'll be going with Mario Kart, and we'll let the actual FFA games, the FFF Free For All Friday, that whole entire mini game that we'll have set up, it will start on Saturday proper, and the rules will be unleashed for that this Friday. But that's definitely a good question, guys. In case you weren't aware, community streaming Friday nights is going to come back. And we're going to be playing Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. on Fridays. It's just going to be 2 hours. I know it's not the 4 that we used to, but there's good reason for that. We got some things planned for Friday night beyond just the community streams. So the sprites are interesting in this game. They have a little glittery glow that you just saw there. They occasionally pop out. They're like Navi and Tattle from the Zelda series, kinda. Can't wait for those good times. Me either. Me either. But they're not as annoying as Navi and Tattle. They kind of only show up very, very briefly at times. Alright, so here is mysterious, like right here, just to move the plot along. This is past the Merc. And the Merc is just bad. Nobody likes the Merc, apparently. Now, to kind of give you guys an idea of how engrossing this game has been, I believe, and I'll ask just to get clarity when Digrat wakes up in about an hour or so, like right when I go to bed, just when she usually gets up. But I think this is the first game that Digrat has 100% completed in a very long time. Look at that. Gotta like that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of view. I mean, it's not quite using the exact same graphics engine, but it looks very Hyrule Castle-y with the purple and all that. You really aren't looking the best, but we can find some help there. So like any other games before it, this thing does have a map system, and it uses the Fog of War, where you go and explore stuff. Just kind of letting you guys know what we might be getting into here. It does put the quest objectives on. You can track them. There's different zones, very similar to Zelda. Each zone has its own kind of like population thing going on. So there's like Hearthwind Vale and the Grasslands. Digrat's like completed the whole entire map. It's all right. And you know, this is a very chill, kind of laid back game. Just had it. Oh, I know, right? Like when Digrat was walking out of the cave, and I was like, oh my god, they like stole that completely from Breath of the Wild. And I kind of had a warm fuzzy from it. I wasn't, you know, totally upset with it. I was like, I can grok that. I can grok that. And it kind of reminds me a lot of my time at Porsche. You know, we played that on stream a bit, and it was a pretty good game. Except for it had this annoying mechanic that when it got dark out, you're done. Your character kind of passes out, and then they wake up in back in their home, and there's, you know, like with Stardew Valley, right? You wake up and someone would be like, hey, I saw you passed out, so I took you to a hospital, and I picked your pocket so I could pay your hospital bill for you. Because I'm, you know, a real nice, polite person, but I'm not going to pay for your hospital bill. Yeah, it is. It is definitely somewhat open world, Keo. Um, it is a little gated in sense. There's some places where if you don't have certain objectives in the game met, you'll be blocked. Kind of like in, you know, Pokemon is arguably kind of open world, but you have to get certain HMs to get to certain places. This game is kind of similar with the sprite mechanic. You'll find Merc occasionally, those big, you know, that glowing purple thing we did something with earlier. Here's a person here.
Huh. Oh. Ah.
So yeah, there are lots of NPCs in the game as well. Notice I'm gathering quite a bit of stuff just while I'm running around because it's very shiny squirrel syndrome. All right, so we've discovered Fairmont, and as we explore, the map fills in. So it's, you know, we're accustomed to that. And these little things pop up. And again, this is a real laid back, kind of casual game. There's puzzles to solve, but they at least don't hide where the puzzles are for the most part. And as far as sleeping in this game goes, it does nothing. It gives you some text. Occasionally you get a dream. Just one more thing before you go. America's been popping over. We love to share. And start asking. So this is, kind of get around, talk to the villagers.
Huh. Huh? Hmm. Huh.
30 bucks. And that's it. So we have two tools, our hands and our mallet. And you cannot use any tool unless you're near something you can use the tool at. But yeah, it's like kind of weird. We picked it up used for $29.95, I think, at GameStop, and GameStop had it new for $29.99. So I was like, well, if they had a new copy, we would have just picked up the new copy.
Huh. Hmm. Huh.
So we already have the quest objectives there, the finds and the sticks. We'll just talk to Hugh again.
Hmm. Ha. Ha.
So, and we learned a new recipe. And the crafting game is kind of a mini game here. So we open up our stuff, and it's got a pretty snazzy inventory system and clothing system. We got new clothing for when we went to sleep. We have our old tattered, raggedy clothes. There's shampoos. We got a shampoo in the first treasure chest. Those are consumable items actually, but they change the color of your hair. So those who like the anime hair coloring kind of thing can really get behind that, I think. I know, right? I was like, GameStop, why are you being like that? All right, so we can craft a stick bundle. Now, there isn't any experience in the game, which is kind of like, wait, what? But with the way the game progresses, it's not really needed. All right, hello, you.
Uh. Hmm. Oh. Ah.
So now we have an axe, so we can switch over to a mallet or axe or hands. And the hand icon, I haven't noticed anything that is particularly is needed for. It's just kind of like a default thing. Oh, and here we go. Here's where some of the cute starts to pile up, guys. Look at that. Little cat one, its belly rubbed. You collect cats. Yes, blue is an option for a color. Hey, Eponas! Alright, so let's switch over to our mallet. Every crafting node, when you bust it up, is stuff to go walk over and pick up. And this is where the mechanic of the sprites gets a little bit more aggressive. So you have to start finding sprites, and the sprites are all puzzle based, trying to find how to get to them. In some cases, it's simple as just getting to an area in the level. Oh, Digrat loved this. Able to just break stuff with a mallet. Very Zelda-esque. Gotta have your blue. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to say Digrat had something like 12 shampoos last I talked to her. And the animals in this game are tameable. When we get a farm taken care of, which shouldn't be too long from now, we will start being able to house our pets on the farms. And trees, we can... Oh, I gotta go back. There's another quest over at the town that I didn't pick up. Trees can be chopped and then the stumps uprooted, but if you uproot the stumps, you actually start taking negative achievements. There's an achievement for planting as many trees as a zone will contain. Which, like right here's a tree planting spot, but we have nothing to plant in it, so we have no seeds. And again, it's non-combat. It's all puzzle solving. There is some platforming in it, which surprised me, with as chill and laid back as the game's been. But there's some places where you have to time jumps and get to the right spot, and of course you can't destroy things in town, which I guess kind of makes sense. And the trade system here, you actually put what you want to buy, and then you go into your inventory and you give them what you want to sell, and then you come to an agreement. And that's how you do selling and buying stuff in this game, which I kind of really like, because the inventory management's pretty crazy. You get a whole just pile of stuff without having to worry about space. Looking for stone. Okay, we'll take a stone quest. Where is that other quest giver at? He's around here somewhere. All right, let's go to available tasks here. See, the quest tracker's pretty cool. You get a little beam of light that tells you where it's at. We're gonna go back to deliver to Hugh though, because there's one more tool that we don't yet have that I'm looking for. I'm trying to remember where I get it from. Oh yeah, it definitely helps too, especially if you start to lose focus or you don't know exactly what you should do. Generally, when you get to that spot in this game, you will have a quest which will put you back on the path. And that's right, Keo. This Friday, we got Free For All Friday coming back. Get some racing in the Mushroom Kingdom going on. Get some Mario Kart. I cannot for the life of me remember where this Scythe guy is. I was pretty sure he was here at the town. Oh, he's got PTS Moo. Treasure chest with some twine. It might be... Oh, that's another thing. If you just saw the umbrella kind of flop out there, there is no fall damage in this game. I mean, this is really just a laid back, chill game. And, you know, I think after a long day of work, these kind of games are just amazing. Old Kingdom coins. Those are the closest thing to a currency system that this game actually does have. And there are some very specialized traders that take them. But Digrat didn't seem to feel like they were not plentiful enough. Right. Well, I thought this is where the... the dude with the scythe was. Guess not. Hmm. Hmm. Odd. And again, no fall damage, so anywhere you need to get to in this game is just available. So let's check our map out. Seek help in Fairmont. I guess it's gotta be, well, it could be this. All right. So let's zero in here, and we're gonna set path to this here. All right. So the map system again, just really helpful for this one. Now, I don't think it's a good map system for all kinds of games by any stretch of the imagination. But for a nice, casual, laid back kind of game like this, yeah, there we go. Cut fodder. Alright, so now we have the sickle. And every single tool in this game, you can find a quest giver for it. And that's the pickaxe and the fishing pole and the sickle, the axe and the mallet. All those things you can find a quest for. But you can just go out and buy one. Which is what Digret did when she found out that fodder is pretty much akin to a gold piece. Yeah. Oh yeah. And this is on Xbox also, if I recall correctly, Keo, so... And now we have, since we have the scythe, we can now start planting trees. Just kind of what I was getting at a little earlier. So you can chop down trees, and then you can replant them. And I'll show you guys that right here. $30. Yeah, I kind of like it on Switch. I'd have to play it on the other ones, of course. Oh, it's another cat. The little purring noise it makes is pretty precious. Alright. So you see where it says 99 out of 141, and when we plant one, we go back to 100 out of 141. But I'm sure on Xbox it actually has, you know, achievements. And the achievements, from what I've been seeing, aren't difficult. So if you're an achievement hunter and you like laid back stuff like this, it would definitely be an amazing game for that. Now, a real funny thing about this game, it's kind of interesting. It's the very first game that Digrat has ever discovered an exploit by herself. And it was one that we didn't see anywhere else. And unlike myself, Digrat definitely leaned pretty heavy into the exploits. She found a way to clone certain items, not everything. Right up your alley. Yeah, it's definitely scratching an itch, and like I said, the only reason why I even know about this game is Digrat's super enthused about Animal Crossing. And she was wanting a game to play very similar to that. She's played the snot out of Pocket Camp. And I mean, she's played Pocket Camp to the point to where she's just It's kind of like SSDD4, same stuff, different day, you know. And so it was kind of getting boring, but this game definitely pretty chill and laid back. All right, so we need two sprites for the Merc, and you hear the cat mewing. The cat is actually trapped in the Merc. Though Digrat is of the opinion that cats just go into the Merc just to be cats. Alright, so now we gotta go to the coast for a mackelfish. And as you can see, we've got a couple of quests. The docks and the mackelfish both at the coast, so we'll go that way. Hello, Divasiniates. Welcome to the stream. Playing a little Yonder today. And another thing that is kind of interesting with the way the game works is it has seasons. You start off in the spring season. Every season is 7 to 8 game days. Each game day is roughly 10 minutes. So we're probably going to get through, since we're going to be playing for about an hour each session, we'll probably knock out almost a season every stream. And that's kind of important. Digrat has made lists and charts and hasn't made maps. But like I said, she got really hardcore into this, guys. And there are certain things that only are available during certain seasons. There's actually some holidays. And the number of collectibles in this game, like here's the glasses. Let's see, we gotta go over here. Little hipster glasses. And they're just for appearances.
Ah.
Here we go with a nice little cutscene. Oh yeah, you can definitely customize your character. Even like the backpacks are collectible. Alright, and it tells you how many quests you have in a zone. I mean, it's really nice and thorough for... Oops. You can't swim, but you don't die. So there's no game overs. And again, for what it is, it's just amazing when you think about it. Lock the sprite. Alright, so now we have another sprite. We have a trader here. He'll trade us the mackelfish, but why do something and pay for it where you can get it for free? And so we're going to go ahead and show off the fishing here. I kind of like the fishing. Use the left stick to move the bobber in the water, and the fish, they just spawn when you have the bobber in the water, so you don't have to go hunting for certain fish. And then when they bite on it, all you have to do is make sure you use your left stick to move the arrow and make sure it lines up with the green arrow. And that's how you catch fish. And if you recall, we played Stardew Valley, and Stardew Valley's fishing mechanic is horrible. It really is not easy to grok. It's not really good, in my opinion. Ark, not so good on the fishing mechanic either. You actually have to find the fish, and then you have to bait the hook, and you have to set it in there. Animal Crossing, the classic Animal Crossing, way too easy. You just hit the button a couple times, and then you get the fish. This, it has a little bit of fight, and the bigger the fish, the more the fight the fish has. Now, it is impossible to lose the fish. There's the mackelfish. Um, when I first got glasses when I was in like second or third grade, I wasn't too keen on them. So I definitely can understand not being able to stand glasses. What's over here? Oh, so there's economy trading stuff, and the markets will fluctuate a little bit from the way the game's set up. But yeah, I wasn't really keen on wearing glasses. They were kind of annoying. They made everything look kind of weird. It's because I had, you know, fairly fairly good eyesight. It was for up close and everything nearby. It was just off in the distance. I was having to squint a little to read the blackboard and stuff in school. And so when I got glasses, it made things kind of, I guess it normalized the vision on it. And it was like, wait a second, this is not really what did you expect? So I do silly things like take them off, set them down places. The worst was I got home a little late, been up playing with friends and whatnot. This was probably like fourth grade maybe, and I set them on the floor right beside the bed. And when I woke up in the morning, I stepped on them and broke them. And you know, glasses these days, you go to lens crafters and get your exam and everything for like $100. But back in like the late 80s, early 90s, those were quite expensive. So my parents were not too keen on that. A tie dimage and long sleeve wrap. Interesting. So back to the clothing thing here. Huh. So those kind of match. Alright. So 11 more quests to go. And we are streaming until about 9:30 this morning. I thought you needed reading glasses. Yeah. Um, reading glasses. Alright, deliver items to Hugh, repair the farm. Do I have all the things I need for Hugh? Oh, he needs more stone. Reading glasses, I've always been kind of on the fence about those too. I know a lot of people who read them, and supposedly if you have a hard time focusing, they help. But my issue has never been like, things nearby don't quite do what they need to do. Here's that Merc over here. I can't remember if this right here took 2 sprites or not, or if this is one we saw earlier. I think it might be one that had the cat just being a cat. Two sprites. So here we go. One little complaint is the sprite animation only has one sprite, clearing the Merc. I would have rather liked it to have all the sprites that you have in tow. But oh well. Now there's a cat. And the cat thing, there's one cat we just found in the grasslands, and there's 10 more to go, but what they don't tell you is there is a achievement / quest to collect one of each cat. And there's 55 of them, I think. That's what Digger said. 55 cats. But all your progress leading up to actually finding the quest giver is saved. It counts toward it, so you're not just, totally out of luck. Another nice little laid-back kind of casual thing about this game is there's very, very, very few quests that, should you find yourself doing them, you'll actually have to start from the get-go on that quest and not actually have anything toward it potentially. There's, again, very few, and those are mostly go talk to this person kind of quests. And again, we're just kind of milling about, doing these quests, doing the things. We're about to get to a farm. And actually, you know, Hugh, buddy, as cool as you are, I think we're going to shift over to the farm quest. Just kind of looked at the clock and realized it was getting a little late. Hey, Hobbs, good morning to you, sir. And again, the thing that's really kind of impressive about this game, guys, is the really inexpensive cost about it. You know, I'm used to, on a Nintendo Switch especially, for a cartridge game, paying, you know, 40 to 60 bucks, and the fact this one was 30 was just like, wait, what? Alright, so we have all the stuff we need. To clear the murk, we need the 2 sprites. Alright. And again, it's kind of, you know, the dark doesn't really do too much detriment to the game, which is, in my opinion, is kind of a selling point. Okay, and here is... This is the initial cave that we went into when we spawned in at the very beginning of the game. And now that we have some tools on us, we can kind of go through here and get some of the stuff that we couldn't get before. Notice that some of the materials have respawned. I'm hearing a cat. I know there's a cat in here somewhere. I think it's a little bit deeper though. There's also a cat above this, which, again, it's a very cat thing to do, is to basically not let you go where you want to go. Potato seeds. We'll just start planting some stuff on the farm. Alright, here we are here. This is a sage stone. Prove your resourcefulness. So all we have to do here is craft 5 items, and these things are the fast travel that this game has. Now this is one of those quests that doesn't track things, because the game doesn't completely track everything you've done. But here's the way the fast travel kind of works. As you notice, there are several other of these little talking heads. And those that are watching the stream earlier remember the little dream sequence I had, and the little deity that was there, the rather tall deity. And this is where she kind of rests at. This is sort of like the spirit temple, or the sage temple in, more so in Ocarina. As we get the other sage stones, we'll be able to travel. Alright. So we found the first sprite at. I know somewhere amongst all this there is a cat, though. Because Digret told me there was a cat back here. And I will find the cat. Or I'll be trolled by my wife, one of the two. Ah, there is a cat. Okay. So there is another of the collectible items in this game. Come on, don't. Oh well. And again, no ability to swim. Why somebody would go to a desert island or a mysterious hidden island surrounded by water and not be able to swim. A little bit beyond me. Bust all this up. Alright, and there's the captain. My boat wrecked the marina, so I gotta fix it. Alright. So, back to tracking the farm. And no more shiny objects from here on out, hopefully. Plant us another seed. And we'll clear the murk here. Alright, and talk to him now. I'm a dab hand at repairs, no thinking too about running a farm. Oh! We just had someone find the Korok. And good morning, IKM Wolf Gaming. Oh, Keo, thank you for that donation, sir. Puts us ever closer. Guys, get a hashtag Keo going in the chat. See if I can do that from my little chat device I've got set up over here. Thank you for that, sir. So, building us a farm. And this is where more of the mechanics for this game kind of branch out a bit more. So I've discovered a few things there. Then we got some glittering over here, so we're going to go investigate that. Grumble the sprite. So we got us another. So this is where we kind of get the farming mechanics. Now, farming's a little, like a lot of the game here, is very basic. So we're going to go to build. We have a large animal pen. And we're going to go ahead and rotate that. And we're going to place it. And walk out of it here. A small animal pen. And we can go ahead and place it. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap, I think, actually. Since I kind of know how this all works now. Go ahead and place that. There we go. And then we have fodder troughs. And we have a water. And it's very kind of Stardew Valley-like in a sense. But a lot more toned down. Like a lot of this game is just common game mechanics that you're possibly used to playing in other games. And they've been just toned all the way down. So as far as feeding and watering animals goes in this game, this is all you got to do. You just have to have the food and water troughs. They replenish themselves. Nothing really complicated there. You do have to have a food trough for large animal or one food trough for two small animals. And you also need a very similar for the water. And gardening is very, very basic. Alright, so we can get all the menu here. So to garden, we just get our garden seeds and we plant them. So that's all of our plant seeds now. That is another complaint I have here is you can't really tell what seeds you have until you go into your big menu. So these are trees, and you'll be able to harvest wood and fruits and vegetables from these seeds. So the next thing, of course, is animals. So there's a groffle. Doesn't seem to want to be anywhere near us. What is going on? Hello. Okay, that thing's seriously bugged out. Like, wow. What the French toast? Alright, so I guess we'll just go find us a different groffle. Because that's like, wow. Alright, there we go. Okay, we can't tame them. I got things out of order. I forgot that I gotta go talk to him after placing the stuff. Okay.
Ah. Ah. Yeah. Ah.
They'll produce groffle milk, which is kind of like moo moo milk. Alright, so now we have the recipe to make psyllium seeds. So we go to our crafting, psyllium seeds, and that's one of the reasons why we've been collecting the snot out of stuff. Alright. So now we should be able to tame these groffles. So when you go to tame, they make a noise and they follow you, but they can't move super fast. So you want to walk a little bit on the slow side. And as soon as you bring them to your farm proper, you get the command to adopt. You'll say yes, fade to black, because we're on the quest. And now you'll see that we have like a 48% happiness rating on our farm. And value produced is 3%. It'll start producing product. And that will go in our little product chest here. It'll actually have whatever your animals have produced, whatever your plants have produced as well. And we have a little groffle pen now. And you can have them go on a journey with you. I don't know if you can actually run them from farm to farm. It's kind of something that we'll probably test on stream once we get a second farm. And here is the big, huge reason to have a farm, because, and I'm scrolling, you can see the scroll bar possibly running down, but that's all of the storage that is a magical bag of holding storage. Anything you put in there is accessible at any of your farms. It's rather crazy. So that's just basically the way the farming kind of works. Is you just tame an animal by feeding it something and luring it slowly to your farm. Some animals a little bit easier than others, of course. Some require a lot more coaxing. It is a very huge storage. It is very just insane with how much room they give you. And like if you go to your backpack, I mean, we've got a pretty considerable amount of stuff in our in our bag, and we still got plenty of spaces here. There's been only a couple times that Digrat's been playing that she actually ran out of backpack storage, but she was pretty creative and got it fixed pretty fast. More destruction of private property going on here. Boom. Herb seeds. Those are good to have. Use the sickle to cut out the spider web. I want to say there's a cat back here. Yep, we got the cat back there. And the fact that it lets you actually access that storage from any of your farms is rather good in my opinion. Alright, so we need 6 sprites. We only have 3. We must build more pylons. Alright. Oh, that is a quest that we will not have time for on today's stream. But we will definitely pick up right here. Let's just do some rather good. Oh, stick there. What other quests do we got? So we can deliver items to Hugh. Okay, that sounds good. We need a little bit more stone. And we're going to set this spot here as a custom destination, actually. Right where we're at. And the custom destinations, if you keep them marked on your map and you don't clear it off, it'll stay there forever. That way we don't have to start our quest. Her quest is a little finicky. It is a taming quest. You actually have to get her tames. Alright, so we got our custom destination. Let's go back to Old Hugh. Now we're actually pretty close to Old Hugh, aren't we? Or maybe not. That's the farm. Okay. Let's see if we can't get some rocks and break them down while we're heading our way to the Hugh. Because you don't need that much anymore. Oh, here's a... Oh, this is the tunnel that they tell you about to get to your farm. Okay. Somewhere, again, I've watched Digrat play this a lot, guys. So I kind of got some ideas over some things are. This is not a 100% blind playthrough, which is a little bit different on this channel. But I do know that from watching her play a little, there is a merchant somewhere who's got kind of like a weird bunker kind of set up. And anytime you get to the patches of grass, you always want to chop them down so you can get some tree seeds. lots of tree seeds here so far. And it is worth noting that these things that drop when you actually damage or hit a resource area, they will despawn. Alright. Well, I'm hoping to get to Hugh before we quit. But shiny object syndrome is just too strong sometimes. Alright. Let's just beeline for Hugh. You're not Hugh. Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help. Please take this as a reward. We got 1 ancient coin for our reward. So that's probably the reason why Digart was saying that ancient coins are pretty easy to get, because the supply board here, warm milk and avia flowers. Okay. So that's probably how you get all the ancient coins, is by doing these quests. Oh, we've finished helping the whole entire town. Sprites here. Happy to see you found some of my family. Yep, we found some sprites. Origin of the Merc, and perhaps your origin as well. Alrighty. And we are not searching for the origin. We're going back to our custom destination. And we're gonna sign off, guys, at that custom destination. Oh, thank you, Keo. Grandpa, you're going to be working now. All right. Well, enjoy the work, sir. If you can find something that's worth enjoying when you're doing any kind of work, it always makes the work a lot more bearable. And pretty soon here, guys, it's going to be 9:30. We are approaching it quickly in the next 15 seconds. And that's when we'll be ending the stream. Appreciate everybody who came in here to say hi today. We know Keo and Drew both showed up, and Charles was in before they were. So thanks to Charles as well as our sponsors, Lucario Hunter. As always, pleasure to see you guys as well. And of course, opponents popped in to see what was up to. Divas and Artes, good to see them. IKM Wolf Gaming popped in and said hello as well. So to you guys here, I really appreciate y'all sticking out with me with this. I know this is not as exciting as some games, but you know, the gaming is interesting. And this is where we're going to be doing our next quest when we come in tomorrow morning, guys. So we're going to go ahead and save, but I'm going to have a good night, guys. You all have a good morning, good breakfast, good lunch, good dinner. Whatever you're all about to do out there, Turtle Club, this is Mag Synchro saying, have a good one, and thanks for watching. Take care.